Judge, good morning to you and your staff. Lillian, on behalf of Justice who is physically present to my right.
Why is she saying hello to everybody else?
Because I'm just that way. I'm sorry, Judge.
Welcome back. Today's courtroom confrontation is as emotionally charged as it is legally complex. On one side stands the defendant, facing serious scrutiny and a troubling history of prior incidents. On the other, a victim whose testimony exposes years of trust, betrayal, and manipulation. As this hearing unfolds, we'll break down legal responsibilities, examine.
At first glance, this sounds like a simple court appearance, but don't be fooled. What unfolds here is a powerful reminder of how quickly frustration turns into consequences when court orders are ignored. Stay with this case, because every word from the bench matters.
Restitution, and uncover deeply personal details that reveal what was happening behind closed doors. Stay with us because this case isn't just about the law. It's about accountability, damage done, and the human cost of silence.
You gotta say, okay.
I said you first.
Okay, you're right. You're good. All right, go ahead.
So, Judge, we are here for sentencing this morning. I'm in receipt of the pre-sentence report. I don't believe there are any factual corrections, additions, or deletions. Is that correct, Mr.?
That is correct.
I would like to address some of the recommendations at the appropriate time.
You may go ahead.
So, Judge, they indicate that it's the 18th month prosecutor deferred sentence. I do believe that this would qualify potentially, maybe, or not, for the early discharge if everything is taken care of. But we want to really talk about number 4, no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, illegal substances. I have no problem with that. But the issue is I don't believe that alcohol or drugs were part of this. And we would just note that it is a constant strain on his Mr. finances as he has to come up here and pay.
Yes, ma'am.
He has to come to Washington and pay, and he lives in Macomb County. So if we could maybe, do something.
He told me he likes Washington better.
Well, my daughter goes to school here. I like.
Okay, see.
Good job.
All right.
But in any event.
Well, just counsel, if I can just shortcut that. He's on testing right now, correct?
Correct.
This is a change because he'll only have to test as requested by probation. So
I told you.
that's correct, Ms. Malera.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. So unless you want me to keep him on testing. No, okay. All right.
And with that, Judge, I don't think there are any further additions, corrections, or deletions. Mr. is always presented with his family. He's remorseful about the situation. We've had some sessions where we talk about triggers and things that we don't do and things that we do. So he has no prior criminal record. So we would ask that this court adopt the agreement in this matter.
Claire, on behalf of probation, the victim in this case, Constance, is present. She would like to address the court.
All right. You guys have a seat over here.
Oh, okay, sure. Yes, my person not sitting.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Constance.
All right. What would you like to tell me? Hang on one moment. Go ahead.
I grew up in a place called Southfield Lathrop Village, which is a suburb of the suburbs. We had an in-ground pool in our backyard, about 10 feet deep. And as a toddler, I was told my twin brother leaped into the water. And at 2, I jumped in after him to save him. Of course, I didn't know how to swim yet, so we both sank. This story has a happy ending. I'm alive. But the plot twist is I learned I would go through the extremes for the people I love. My twin, whose eyes glow neon yellow because he has sickle cells. And as a child for years, he was in and out of hospitals. We were told he wouldn't make it. And all I could remember is how sad he would get when visiting hours were over and how bad I felt for being the healthy one. It was so many days I wish I could take his pain just to give him a break. I would endure it. My mother raised us on unity and to look out for each other always. I usually don't talk about myself, so these are stories that people don't get to know about me. I met Justin around the time that my older sister died. I never told you that. I didn't realize how vulnerable I was, but I really wasn't looking for friendship. In fact, I used to spin him. I wasn't interested in anything, but then the love bombing started. And the things Justin did to secure our friendship was legendary. Do you know you were the first person to take me to Campus Marches, the Q Line, MoCat, the Gospel Cafe, Riverwalk. You were super pressed to be around me. And eventually we formed a genuine friendship through hours, days, months, years. He called me, he checked on me every day. The first years was solid. Weird stuff started happening. People talked about him, and the whispers turned to some mumbles and then screams. The vicious rumors were definite. I had been blindly defending Justin because if he said he didn't do it, right? Why would he lie? In the 3-ish years, I discovered that Justin is a synonym for habitual and pathological liar. We had a blowout, a typical friend spat. I stopped talking to him. I couldn't believe he had me losing friends and defending him at Asia's expense. He dogged her out and was cruel to her because he didn't want the world to know he loved and was involved with the overweight, smelly girl from a different religion. This was the first time I seen a chip in the PK boy next door armor, and I was stunned. Who lies about something so simple for years? Because of our relationship, I got a message telling me to go to the dorms to check on him. I never forget the one desk lamp, the cheap blue rug, or the hand-painted truck. When I went to Justin's room, the space was somber, the air was stale. He began to cry. I kept asking him, Justin, what's wrong? What's wrong, Justin? What's wrong? He sobbed into my neck. And suddenly I wasn't angry, disappointed, or hurt. I was confused, concerned, and afraid. I kept saying whatever was wrong, we could get through it. And everything was fine. He took a step back from me, rolled up his black hoodie sleeves, and blood was running down his arms. Horizontal lines like waves, he jumped in. And even though I never swam like this before, I was going in after him. I never knew anybody who self-harmed. It broke me in a unique way. I didn't know he was sharing trauma with me to justify future abusive behavior and condition me to refer to it. It was his get out of free jail card. Once he knew he had my heart, he started testing boundaries. It started with the thump, a gesture that you would do to test the ripeness of a watermelon. This was Justin with the haircut, not the one with the braids, the twists, the plaits, the curls that I did for free. Haircut Justin that emerged after months of horrendous torture that his Superman refused to save him from. It was times that monkey business got so barbaric that I would drive him in his car in circles around Ipsy just so he felt safe enough to sleep. I watched him harder. I loved him more. When you're the last man, you often feel beta. Every day I poured into him, hoping that he would love himself more than his inferiority. A thump to the forehead because he told me I had a smart ass mouth. And my reply is, I never heard that as a kid. That was his experience, not mine. Thump must be the sound of his head hitting the ground when Nyla called me frantically to come get him out of her room. When she said you had hit your head on the ground, I blamed her for letting it happen. Thump. When you got ran over by a car on Easter morning, I blame myself for not standing firmly and hiding your keys. Thump. The sound you made when you fell down the stairs and left a hole in the stairwells. Thump. I never been sexual with Justin, but I pressed my lips to yours, breathed air into your lungs. How many times did I save your life? And how many times did you try to take mine? I was the best friend that waited in emergency rooms with you. I was the best friend that characters you assassinated to continue your lies. I was the muse. I can't believe you stole my work and still perform it like it's your own. When you blame me for your drinking problems, I told you start drinking at 13. You would sneak into your parents' liquor cabinet. I didn't know you at 13. For that, I got my face slashed. When you blame me for your sadness, I told you tried to hang yourself in high school. I didn't know you. And then I got my hair ripped out by the follicles. When I found out you were trying to do a girl homework that you liked, I told you that you were better than that. And I was rewarded with a busted lip. The shift between love bombing and devaluation, all I wanted from Justin was good, wholesome friendship. It was through hanging out with him that I got to experience some epic outings, vacations, Lantern Fest, escape rooms, museums, fairs, carnival. But boy, did they cost me. After he stonewalled me and we were playing chicken on the highway, I had enough. We met at Savannah Blues and came up with the terms of our not talking. He said that he would buy me out of our plane tickets and lodging, cover my medical bills, and I could get my stuff. I agreed to never talk to him or about him. After he cussed me out and belittled me for hours, I grabbed my purse and left the restaurant. Before I could even get to the freeway, He called me and apologized. He said he was going to work on himself and not to give up on him, that God was working on him. And the scary part is he got this God thing down packed. But if you believe and I believe, we both go to God, you repent, I forgive. Why are we here? One of us don't believe. We were supposed to be family, and I needed that. And I see how I got myself into this situation, because when you love someone, it's hard to stop loving them, even when they are the most beautiful, gifted angel. Y'all can hear everything he did to me, and y'all still love him, but I'm supposed to be made out of rock. I'm not the narcissist that can't fail. You can't keep a girlfriend because you don't like women. The white girls in high school didn't mess with you. Your prom date stood you up, and you hated me for loving you. You made a monster of my worries. I left you all those Bible verses tucked in your car, job, and room, because on the days I couldn't get to you, I wanted God to. I wanted the best for you. So I learned about Gilbert syndrome, IBS, Narcan, narcissism, imposter syndrome, stocks, podcast, Zelda, and David Goggins to grow with you. You learned me to hurt me. My mother died, and you request for an ankle bracelet to be off, but not the no contact. You have nothing to say to me because you never liked me. My mother died, and everyone was looking for my best friend who's been by my side for almost a decade, and I couldn't even speak on what was going on because I didn't want you harmed. I robbed myself of my family supporting me during one of my darkest times because I don't want you harmed. Justin, when you spat on me at my aunt's funeral, I got back in the car with you because if I got picked up from the side of the road with my lip busted and my clothes torn, you would have been harmed. I've done a lot to save you in multiple ways. What did you do for me? You sent people to my home. You dug a grave for me. And you fell in, and I still showed you mercy. On the day that was asked about felonies and expungement, I still didn't want ill for you because that's what you're supposed to do. You wanted ill for me. You wanted to see me in jail. This is what the therapy is for, because I can't seem to be a hateful person, no matter how bad you was to me, and you wasn't a good friend for me. Maybe you're a good friend to the Planet Fitness predator, or the friend that borrows money without intent to pay, or the friend who you're a token Black to. You wanted me to build you up to get you where you need to be, but you never made the same sacrifices for me. I'm not angry, aggressive Black woman. I am hurt that the friend that I love never loved me. It's like the yoke was not equal. I was a placeholder and I didn't even know it. I was his stepping stool, his punching bag, and I didn't even recognize the sign. I didn't even think right. I forgave, supported, was kind and patient, and yet I still have nothing to show for it. My feelings are valid. Your nickname is Scrap, because I think everybody in your family knew you liked to fight. You slammed Go, ripped T's dreads out, and smashed Asia's fingers. I'm not the first, and I won't be the last. If you needed to hurt me to feel whole, I can only imagine how empty you are on the inside. When you were stumping me out the day you hurt your ankle, I was laid in a fetal position, covering my face and head, thinking, at least he's not cutting himself. I could take the pain if it gives him a break. Not only did I have to protect you, but I got to protect myself. And some days I couldn't do both, so I picked you. Pablo died because he had asthma and he was a smoker. His family asked about you. I didn't tell them that you wasn't coming, not because you wasn't aware, but because you don't care about people when nobody is around to witness your kindness. Our friend died and you were still in contact with Dejanay. We could have correlated the time and event so you could at least went and paid your respect. But once again, you only do stuff for show. Justin, you're a narcissist. And from what you have done, I have nightmares. And sometimes you're dead because I couldn't get to you in time. And sometimes I'm dead because I didn't leave in enough time. The conflict of not knowing what I did to deserve this keeps me up at night. It wasn't the money, the purses, the jewelry, the outings you paid for. I just wanted you to be a good person to me. And you couldn't do that. You're telling people that we fell out about a car. Like I didn't drive both of your cars. Like I don't have the title to both of your cars. Like you're telling people we fell out in a car, and Justin, we have matching cars. You don't tell people that the reason why the TV is gone out the living room is because you tried to knock me into it and it fell off the wall. You don't tell people the reason why there's holes punched in your house. You don't tell the truth at all. You don't tell people that day that you were asleep in your room, you were high on cocaine that you got from your brother. Like you don't tell the truth. And I'm sorry, because I just seen that part where it says drinking, he's an alcoholic. And then you wanted to blame the drinking on me. when I've been sober this whole time. That's why I can drive your friends' cars, your brother's cars, everybody's cars, because I'm always the sober one. You sit here in your blue suit, and you don't have any remorse. I know this man for over 8 years. He doesn't have any remorse. He doesn't care. He just cared because he got caught. And now he can do the fake sad stuff. He can do the I was ashamed stuff. He can do the stuff that he did to his friend before me and that friend before him. He's not sorry. But once again, because I'm not a monster, when they asked me about the felony stuff, I didn't want that for you. But you wanted this for me. You wanted to see me in jail. You wanted to see me hurt. But I'm like, in closing, Justin, strap on your blue suit. Because not only did it not start in Washington, it started in Sterling Heights. What did you do to me in Sterling Heights? What did you do to me in Bloomfield Hills? What did you do to me in Southfield? What did you do to me in these other cities? Remember that day that you were driving, when I was driving your car back from Ohio and you socked me and we almost swerved and flipped the car? Remember how your Chevy Trax mirror got broke? You just lie about everything. But that's all I have to say, because there's nothing left to be said.
This is where the legal details matter most. The focus turns to restitution, damaged property, orthodontic treatment, and broken glasses. The court carefully explains that restitution isn't automatic. It must be supported by clear documentation. Receipts, estimates, and records are essential before any order can be made. Watch the back and forth between the prosecutor, defense counsel, and the victim's advocate. It may sound procedural, but the stakes are real. These decisions directly affect what the victim can recover. So let's ask you, should restitution cover emotional harm, or should courts limit it strictly to measurable financial losses? Share your thoughts below.
He's not sorry. I'm just sorry that I cared enough about him to spare him.
Your Honor,
Thank you.
Your Honor, it's also my understanding that she is wanting to request restitution, but she did not bring documentation. Is it possible that the court set a restitution hearing out? It is for the damaged door and glasses for the doctor's work.
We would request a hearing.
Hold on. For the damaged door,
Damaged door for glasses and damage to a tooth.
is that contained in any of the reports?
I do know, Your Honor, that the damaged door is listed in the report. I did not read anything about glasses or the tooth.
Well, when
For
did
this incident.
Pardon?
For this incident. That's for this incident. In the report, there's alleged prior assaults from other areas.
If I may.
But hold on this. Well, why don't, I guess my question is, today's the date and time for sentencing. Why don't I have that? I mean, when did the claim for restitution come up? I guess.
All right, Your Honor, this is Christine from Washington.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me. I spoke with Constance. Sorry, I'm just looking at my case tracking notes here. Constance and I spoke about restitution back in September. And broken glasses that were in the Dynenberg and damaged property. It's my understanding, we asked for the receipts. It's my understanding that those weren't obtained at this time. I did speak with Constance this morning, and she said that she would be able to get all of those estimates to me. It was a matter of contacting, I think it was, I'm not familiar with glasses companies like America Best Glasses.
It's right up the street. I mean, if we got to get I guess.
I'm happy to try to obtain those receipts and send them to defense. And if they object, then we can hearing if you prefer.
Well, the problem is I'm setting a hearing and I don't have anything to object. I mean, assuming, and I may be wrong, that counsel's objecting to this, but there's nothing to object to. I mean, I guess I'm not blaming. I'm just saying, I don't even have. I have nothing upon which there is a claim for restitution that was made prior to today. I know how the prosecutor's office, well, I won't say I know how they work, but I mean, I know with the victim's advocates, you ask about that. You guys are great about getting that to Miss herself where appropriate ask. And I have nothing. And now I'm here today and I'm hearing that there's a request for restitution. So when are we going to get these receipts?
We hold restitution reserve for 30 days, 2 weeks, 14 days.
All right.
For a judge.
Yeah, no, I know that's typically how it works, but is there going to be like a dentist bill? Is that
My
what?
understanding is there's an estimate for the orthodontic where the glasses have been fixed and replaced, so that will be an actual receipt. The orthodontic bill is an estimate, and I believe the door has also been handled. There's a receipt for that as well.
This is her door?
Correct. And the door, there's pictures of the broken door and damages to the door while contained within the police report.
So, okay. I guess I'm a bit concerned only because I'm trying to figure out why I don't have any of the ones that are available now. I mean, I don't want this dragging out. All right. So that's the one thing. The other thing is there's an estimate for orthodontic work that hasn't been done.
Correct. I believe some, dental usually not covered by insurance, especially if the dental work is not covered by insurance. So I don't know that they're able to pay up front for that.
I appreciate your patience. What did you want to say?
I don't know. I don't. So, Judge, there was a lot to unpack. We would just ask this court to adopt the sentence agreement, understanding that Mr. would contest a lot, but it's okay. We are here accepting responsibility for what he feels he is responsible for. And I will note that in all of those places, the police reports that I have seen were standbys for Mr. against the complaining witness. We're not trying to proceed with any of those things. I want Mr. to put a period and move on. When the court said no contact, that wasn't Mr. It wasn't. It was the court.
Part of me imposing sentence or setting a restitution here, I want to meet with counsel, probation, and the victim's advocate in chambers. Let me get through a couple of things, and then I will do that.
Thank you, Judge. At 11, I have a preliminary exam at 11. I'm one of those guys. 36th District.
They'll wait.
No.
All right.
In the end, this hearing highlights the delicate balance courts must strike between justice, accountability, and personal history. The defendant is held responsible. The victim's testimony provides crucial context, and restitution is examined with care to ensure fairness under the law. This case isn't just about guilt or innocence. It's about the consequences of repeated harm and the importance of protecting victims. If this case moved you or made you think, hit like, share your perspective in the comments, and subscribe for more powerful courtroom breakdowns.
By the time this hearing wraps up, the lesson is unmistakable. Intentions don't outweigh behavior, and court orders are not suggestions. The system offers paths to resolve conflict, but once you cross the line, the consequences speak for themselves. What's your take on this ruling? Drop your thoughts in the comments and follow for more real courtroom breakdowns.